Hello everyone, welcome to Tech with Machines. Have you ever wondered how AI systems like ChatGPT or Claude respond so quickly? How do they answer in slightly couple of seconds? Today we're going to talk about something extremely important, which is often misunderstood, called inference engines. If you haven't heard about this term, don't worry. By end of this video, you'll clearly understand what an inference engine is, what it does, and why it matters so much in real world AI. Now let's go through what the confusion is all about. Why do people get this wrong? Most people think that AI models itself generate answers. They imagine something like this: you ask a question and the model magically responds. But that's actually not how it works. What is a missing piece? The inference engine is the missing piece between your prompt and your final answer. Without an inference engine, the AI model is just a file sitting on a disk. It can't respond, think, or generate anything. So, what is the simplest definition of an inference engine? It is a software system that runs a trained AI model to produce outputs efficiently. Think of it this way: the model is the brain, the inference engine is the runner that actually uses that brain. What it actually does, it helps you to load the trained model into memory. It sends computations to the CPU or GPU hardware. It manages the memory. It also schedules requests from many users, and it controls how fast responses are generated. Now let's notice something important here. The inference engine does not learn. It only executes. So model is not equal to inference engine. So what is the clear definition or distinction between model and inference engine? Model remains always same and gets trained once. It's the brain. It has the knowledge. Whereas inference engine is executing the model. It decides how that model is going to be executed and brings or gives it a runtime environment. That's why the same model can feel fast in one system and maybe slow in another. Now, why does inference engine exist? People usually might ask this question because hardware GPUs are expensive, AI models are huge, so they require more memory. They also might be used by multiple users at the same time, and in real applications that might happen. Inference engines exist to make AI practical and scalable. Now, what does inference engine optimize? They optimize your response times and latency. They do the memory management and lower the memory usage. They also increase the throughput by handling multiple users simultaneously. Also, the cost factor comes into picture and it helps to reduce the cost as well and make AI systems reliable at scale. That is why companies invest so heavily in inference engine. There are many real inference engines available in the market, and you won't believe there are more than 25 plus inference engines which have been benchmarked so far. Most common ones you might have heard also if you have worked with them is vLLM, tensorrt-llm, deep speed inference, and ONNX. We might discuss these in details, what are their pros and cons in further videos, and how do they work in actual production environment. Now, where does LLM inference fit in this whole cycle? Inference engine is actually a process, and LLM inference is part of that process. So whenever somebody is saying LLM inference, they're actually describing a process managed by the inference engine. Things like tokenization, caching, decoding happens inside the inference engine. Now, why should you and me care? Because companies are heavily investing in inference where most of the cost is. Every user message is triggering an inference. Every chatbot reply costs compute. Every millisecond of delay affects user experience. That is why inference optimization is one of the biggest challenges in modern AI, and we have to be heavily invested in further optimization. Now, what are the best analogies to understand and works really well the model and the inference engine? So think like a recipe being prepared in your kitchen by a chef. Now chef acts as an inference engine. Recipe is nothing but the brain, the model, and kitchen is the hardware because that's what you are using to prepare the recipe, as well as the dish is the output. So, a great recipe will mean nothing without a skilled chef. Now, what are the key takeaways of this session? Key takeaways which people often misunderstand is that model is not equal to inference engine. Engines run models efficiently, and same model can behave differently with different engines. And inference is where AI meets the real world. Now, if this video helped you finally understand inference engine, give it a like. Also, please comment down if you feel that this video needs any improvement or any feedback is welcome. And subscribe if you want AI related concepts explained clearly. Thank you.